Welcome back to Medicare Tales and Marshmallows, the only show where we roast policy and puns in equal measure. Last week, we time traveled through Medicare's origin story with LBJ and Truman. This week, we're cracking open parts A and B, the original recipe, the OG as the kids say. The dynamic duo that's been with us since the 60s and still manages to confuse us all. Joining us once again is the brilliant and delightful Dr. Constance Aldridge. Doctor, welcome back to the fireside.
Always a pleasure, Kem. I brought my Part A versus Part B flashcards and a bag of sugar-free marshmallows because co-pays aren't the only thing I try to reduce.
Got it. So let's start with the basics. For the uninitiated, what's the real difference between Part A and Part B?
Here's how I explain it to my grandniece. Part A equals if you sleep there, it's A. Part B equals if you just sit there and get poked with something, it's B.
So A is your hospital stay, B is your doctor visit.
Exactly. Part A covers inpatient hospital stays, skilled nursing facilities, short-term rehab, not long-term care, hospice care, limited home health care. And yes, Part A is premium free for most people who paid into Medicare while working.
We do love free. What about ER visits where you just sit there and get poked with something and then leave without any inpatient stay? Will that be A or B?
A trick question. Medicare coverage for emergency room visits, ER visits, is primarily through Part B, which covers outpatient services. However, if an ER visit leads to an inpatient hospital stay, Part A will cover the costs associated with that inpatient care. Basically, ER visits where you are treated and released are primarily covered by Part B. ER visits where you are admitted to the hospital as an inpatient are covered by both Part B for the initial ER services and Part A for the inpatient stay.
That's not at all confusing. What about cost sharing for these parts?
Yes, the hidden choreography. For Part A, there's a deductible for each hospital benefit period, which is just a fancy way of saying per spell of illness. After that, you pay nothing for the first 60 days of inpatient care. But after that, it's a sliding scale of cost sharing that goes up the longer you stay. There could also be other co-insurance and co-pay costs depending on the services rendered.
I think I get it. So it's like a hotel with increasing nightly fees after the second month.
Exactly, except no free breakfast, and your roommate might be someone recovering from a chainsaw incident.
Oh dear. Okay, moving right along. And Part B?
Part B covers doctor visits, outpatient care, preventative services, think flu shots and wellness visits, durable medical equipment, wheelchairs, walkers, and occasionally that massive leg brace your uncle refuses to return. Part B is optional, but most people take it, and there's a monthly premium which adjusts based on income. You'll also pay a deductible and then 20% co-insurance for most services.
So the government pays 80%, I pay 20%, unless I have extra coverage.
Correct. I love how you were able to just get to the point. And here's the kicker. There's no cap on what you might pay out of pocket under original Medicare. That 20%, it can add up fast, especially if you need something expensive like chemotherapy or regular outpatient procedures.
So that's why people get Medigap plans to cover those costs.
Exactly. Or they enroll in a Medicare Advantage plan to put a lid on costs. But we'll cover that dance in a later episode.
Fair enough. What do folks most often misunderstand about A and B?
Oh, how much time do you have? So many things, but 3 quickly come to mind. 1, observation versus admission. If you're in the hospital under observation, it's billed under Part B, not Part A. That surprises people when the bill comes. 2, skilled nursing facility coverage. Medicare only covers it after a prior 3-day inpatient hospital stay. So if you only spend 2 nights in hospital, then transferred to a skilled nursing facility, No dice. 3. Outpatient services. ER visits, same-day surgeries, MRIs. These fall under Part B, not A.
So just because you're in a hospital doesn't mean it's Part A.
Exactly. Medicare doesn't care about walls. It cares about codes.
That's probably the most Medicare thing I've ever heard.
Oh, we haven't even gotten to the therapeutic shoe documentation saga of 1994.
Wait, what? I'm sorry, therapeutic shoes had a saga?
Oh, Kim, they always do.
I just can't. Let's leave that story for another day, or listeners can look it up for fun. So let's say someone's just turning 65. How do they decide whether to enroll in Part B?
Great question. If you're retired without credible employer coverage, sign up during your initial enrollment period. Work with a trusted agent or contact your state SHIP services or Medicare.gov directly. Some employers do offer retiree plans, but most will also require enrollment in Medicare with the employer retiree plan as secondary. Whatever you do, don't do nothing. Double negatives intended. Get help and get enrolled as soon as you're eligible.
Right.
If you're still working and have credible coverage through your employer, usually if the company has 20 plus employees, you can delay Part B without penalty. But don't wait too long. If you delay without qualifying coverage, you'll get hit with a lifetime penalty. It's like the late library fee that never stops compounding.
Right. So B requires thinking, and both are a little trickier than they sound.
Yes, that's the Medicare promise. Simple on the surface, complex underneath, like an iceberg made of fine print.
Just the way we like our icebergs. Thank you, Dr. Connie, for making bureaucracy almost as riveting as bedtime poetry. Folks, that's parts A and B, roasted just right. Until next time, stay toasty, stay curious, and keep your insurance card somewhere other than the junk drawer.